I had to learn how to do tech things. I basically had to force myself, and like I didn't have family members that were willing to give to like just lend a hand. So it was just grit, trial and error, asking lots of questions, going and doing courses. Like I went and did a WA small business course for all the basics and just basically refused to give up.
Today I have with me Belle Sutherland. She is a personal stylist to all of the Perthonalities that I know. I see her popping up everywhere with a lot of women that I know and that I've interviewed on the podcast.
You've evolved and your wardrobe hasn't evolved with you. So sometimes there's a catch up between what's coming, which is what's going on in your head, and what you're showing on the outside. There's like this misalignment. Because we evolve.
Welcome to Unmasked Founders with Leslie Kay. This is the podcast that goes beyond the highlight reel of entrepreneurship. Instead of focusing on the accolades and achievements, this show explores the real moments that shape founders, the challenges, the breakthroughs, and the lessons that transform both the business and the human behind it. Hosted by me, Leslie Kay, an entrepreneur who has built empires and discovered the cost of success. Unmasked Founders is a space for honest conversations about growth, resilience, and staying true to who you are. Whether listeners are just starting out or scaling to the next level, this is where real stories are told. Welcome to Unmasked Founders, a conversation with me, Leslie Kay.
Welcome back to another episode of Unmasked Founders. Today I have with me Belle Sutherland. She is a personal stylist. I almost want to say a personal stylist to all of the Perthonalities that I know. I see her popping up everywhere with a lot of women that I know and that I've interviewed on the podcast. Belle, welcome to Unmasked Founders.
Thank you.
So we're just going to chat like we're old friends catching up. I'm actually excited to get to know you a little bit. You pop up everywhere. I had Michelle on last week and I just see you with Belle and all these women and supporting them in their businesses. But I would love for you to share with the audience, who are you? What do you do and how do you help women?
I'm a mum of 3 now adults.
Wow.
So totally been in the trenches of life raising children. My husband, I was a carer for him for 10 years. He has motor neuron disease. We might all know a little bit more about motor neuron disease because Neil Danaher passed away yesterday.
Wow.
So I have totally been in the trenches of life. I really get that putting on a great outfit can make you feel great inside, and then you've got more to give from your cup because you are feeling good about yourself inside. So it's not from a place of, I'm this mega fashion star. It comes from a place of I'm a mum who's walked many paths in the trenches, but clothes really do help me feel better about myself.
Yes.
And I feel everyone, it's really important. Fashion isn't frivolous. It's important.
I love this. And I'm just going to go straight into something that I was thinking about before I had you on, the identity of the clothes you wear.
Yeah.
So it's actually a little harder for me, and maybe we should have a consult after this, but I will only wear natural fibres.
Yeah, I'm a big natural fibre because I've got a textiles and design background. So I'm totally with you on the natural fibres.
And sometimes I see something cute and I'm like, oh my God, I need that. And I look and it's made with polyester and I'm like, can't own it.
I think that's good. That's good that you have a clear understanding of what you want. Then you can cut away all the noise. And that's also what I try and teach people is really hone in on how you want to show up and what your likes and dislikes are because that then helps to block out all the noise. So going straight for natural fabrics.
Yes.
You know what brands will provide that, that natural fabrics breathe and how you feel in natural fabrics.
For me, it's an identity piece because, I really shifted who I was 6 years ago. I had a spiritual awakening, pretty much woke up a whole new person. I'm sure my ex-husband was like, who is this woman? Yeah. Great experience. We're great friends now. But as I sort of evolved through the years and became more, only eating organic, not eating seed oils, I then also woke up one day and I'm like, I'm dressing in plastic every day.
Yeah.
And I don't love this and I don't love, what plastic does for the environment and I have a big theory on hormones and microplastics in our clothes and all that sort of stuff anyway. But it became really challenging clothes-wise because there's only certain like my shirt's pure silk, this is bamboo, my shoes are leather, this is like wool and cashmere. Yeah. So yes, it becomes a lot more expensive.
But you said a very key word there. It's alignment. So
Yes.
I see clients arrive in my lab and what's sitting in their wardrobe doesn't align with who they are today.
Yes.
They also feel a level of guilt over clothes that are sitting there. And yet we, as humans, we evolve. We're constantly evolving. Clothes from 5 years ago may or may not resonate with who you are today. And that's okay. So it's about giving people permission and also asking the questions, how do you want to show up? Who are you today? Who do you want to become? Who do you want to step into?
I love this.
It's like, and women are creative beings.
Truly.
So dressing is a form of self-expression and it's a form of creativity. Women are creative. It's who we are at core. To suppress that or say you're not worthy of new clothes that provide energy, like an outfit that is put together with care, that shows a freshness about it, doesn't have to be brand new. Maybe it just needs to be well cared for, like a beautiful cashmere jumper that you have loved to pieces and you carefully wash it, iron it and care for it. Okay, so it's about the energy that the outfit's giving off.
Truly. That's so interesting because I have a lot of Camilla and I went to go to an event the other day and I went to put on my Camilla and I was like, I just don't vibe it anymore.
Doesn't align with who you are and you're evolving. And your wardrobe is allowed to evolve with you. It's not, don't have a level of, like people, I see too much guilt over clothes. I see too many stories that we tell ourselves. Like we admire beauty in buildings and it's okay to spend money on architecture. Like people are no different.
Yeah, and in the work that I've done, women need beauty and they need to feel beautiful.
All love beauty. Men love to cast their eye on beauty.
Yes.
Sorry, it's true. And it doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with age. It's nothing to do with shape or size.
No, it's an intern.
It is 100%.
I can do, my husband loves me whether I look homeless or $1 million, but when I feel good, it's like the energy that he picks up on. It's less about what I look like.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll be like, why do you think I look beautiful today? And he's like, I don't know, you just do.
Yeah.
And I know it's because I'm in the energy of feeling that way myself.
You're in your flow.
Truly. And maybe I am in trackies like with messy hair at the computer, but it is that alignment and the internal expression of how you're feeling. So talk to me about like what you witness with women when it comes to identity, because, from what I've seen, you do full wardrobe overhauls.
Yeah.
What do you witness in, I guess, the magic of how clothing can shape some or help elevate someone into the version of, for me, I think of it as like it is an anchor point to more of who I'm becoming.
Yeah.
And, like the $1 million version of me only wears silk and linens, So what have you witnessed in the identity piece for people?
So a lot of women come to me and they go, I have no idea how to get dressed. And what I like to do is give them a canvas that they can start with and then play with. So a lot of it is built around colour, like understanding which colours really highlight your features. Like if you've got beautiful green eyes, green that reflects that. Basic silhouettes, basic shapes that will suit their body. Because sometimes as soon as they see themselves in a particular shape or a particular colour, they go, wow, I get it. And that's then a basis for them to add on to. So I always say to everyone, I want you to be your own best stylist. I'm here to give you a framework to start with, give you some ideas, give you some colours that I think will really suit you, some shapes, like basic shapes. Girls with bigger busts or broader shoulders, they look amazing in V-necks. V-necks can be formed through a shirt that creates a V or just a T-shirt or a jumper that is V-shaped.
Yes.
Sometimes that is just like a game changer. They go, wow, I look more balanced. My proportions look more balanced.
Yes.
The other one then is colour. Like clients, I'm big on colour, and I talk about colour all the time, and I feel like everyone just does an eye roll until they see it in action, and then they go, wow, I can't unsee this. Now that I've seen how colour works on me and which colours are my best colours, I'll always tell them, these are your best colours. And look, you can play around with that sometimes. And I'll give you some rules that you can go ahead and break, but at least you know where a good starting point.
Yes.
And then, like, you know, my girls that are springs, they look fantastic in warm, bright colours. Some of them are reasonably shy in their personality. So to say to them, okay, you can wear bright orange, sometimes they're a little horrified. And I go, do you know what? I know you would never pick this off the hanger and give it a go, but put it on just so you can see. And the number of girls who their personality isn't really bright orange who go, wow, I actually can wear it and I look amazing, and I'm so surprised how good I look.
Nice.
But as I said, it's only a framework. It's a framework for them to run with. I'm giving them permission. I'm giving them encouragement. And that's where it starts.
I love that. What do you see shift when people sort of step into that new identity and like take the clothes and like, because we spoke before we came on camera about this permission piece. So like, where do you see that styling can help with the permission of like self-identity elevation is how I see it.
I see that aha moment where they see a worth in themselves that they did not see before. It is, I've seen it over and over again. It is the biggest privilege. It is not, I feel like sometimes fashion is considered frivolous, but this is something that they see themselves on the outside looking amazing, and that permeates inwards.
I really want to dive into this. And a few episodes ago, I have Michelle on, who's one of your she loves it.
She's come a long way. Yeah, we've had lots of fun, and she's really developing her own style. Like, you know, we started off with, okay, here's like the basics, and then she's like, oh, but I'd like to try this, and I'm like, okay, let's do that.
Great. I love that.
Like supporting her journey. Like she's evolved over the last 2 years with me, and she's really stepped into her own personal style. Like I say, how do you want to show up?
Yes.
It's not about dressing someone like me. It's like, how do you want to dress? Show me your Pinterest boards. Give me feedback about what you love, what you don't love.
I low-key am going to book a consult after this, and I'm just going to email you all of my favourite online shops, because Perth is limited, if I'm being honest. Although,
okay, that's another thing for me as well. I have my textiles and design background.
Yes.
Even though I shop at departments, at big shopping centres, that's to get the basics covered.
Of course.
My true love is smaller brands. If we don't support smaller brands, small up-and-coming designers, and that's also by shopping at the smaller strip shops, like in niche areas. And I'm a huge fan of that, and I will always add in those kind of pieces, because we don't all want to be wearing the same Witchery, Country Road.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with those, but just we want to have some pieces that add some personality.
I agree. For me, again, it's also an integrity piece. I do wear fast fashion because, I mean, it's hard enough to find pieces. Dish has a lot of natural fibres. Yes, but I'm all for also supporting small businesses and sustainable. Like a lot of where I get my clothes from are sustainable practices. You know, is it eco-certified, that sort of stuff. So even the silk that I get is all certified. Maybe I can share with you some shopping to add to your list.
Yeah, so I have lists for clients with really big feet, clients with really small feet, clients who, so like natural fabric lists.
Yes.
I have lists for clients that are really tall, where to find full-length jeans from.
Well, I love these pants, but they're pretty much capris, and these are booty because they're bamboo, and I have sent them a message and been like, because they often do, once a style does well, they'll have a tall and a regular. And I'm like, please make it tall. I don't mind them as capris, but I was like, oh, I would like them to be, I would like some longer pants, so I love that. Back to this like thread that I was on that spending money on fashion's frivolous, and I mentioned Michelle because that's how I found you, but also we spoke about this like needing to like reward's almost the wrong word, but for me, it's an investment in who I'm becoming as much as it's clothes that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Because, for example, I went to put on my Camilla dress, and that in itself is like a $700 dress, and I could be like, well, I don't want to replace it. One, I'll just sell it
So
on.
that's like, so we do this game in our mind. I spent a lot of money on it, therefore
I have to wear it. I know. So I didn't wear it. I took it off. I put it on, and I was like, no.
But if it's not you, it's not you. And we beat ourselves up about that.
Yes.
Like things like, I'm a huge fan of like Depop.
Yes.
So things that are no longer resonating with you, sell them.
That's, Depop. And then also buying off of there. Truly.
As well. Like I mean, I work in an industry that is really fast moving.
Yes.
With the sheer amount of clothes that is needed that I'm supposed to show.
Yes.
And this is not how mere mortal life works. It doesn't. I buy all of my high designer pieces secondhand, and then I will sell them again secondhand.
Truly.
One, it saves me money. Two, it's circular.
Truly.
I really do encourage people to buy and sell secondhand, especially become familiar with labels that you really love that do really high quality things, and you go, okay, I don't want to spend that brand new price tag, but somebody else might have purchased it and then had a change of heart, or was the wrong size, or was the wrong colour for them, and that's going to be a good pickup for you.
I love that.
Like fashion, we don't have to think of it as only retail.
No. And it also, to my point, it's like I like designer things too, but for me it's in more integrity when I'm recycling the fashion. If I can't find it, I'll buy it new. But if I want something, I'll be like, cool, can I get this secondhand somewhere?
Yes.
As long as it's in good quality, what's the point? And, fast fashion is also in designer brands as well. So I understand the consumerism and the waste. And I like, my favorite shoes are Chanel. So, I love that you have those options and you take that into consideration.
Well, I'm conscious of everyone's budgets. I mean, I have clients that have huge budgets and clients that have modest budgets.
Yes.
And I've come from a modest budget myself, so I'm like fully aware that not everyone can afford everything brand new. And and also if you've got expensive pieces that you've purchased in your wardrobe and you have that factor of I've spent so much money on them, they will still retain their value because they are good quality pieces to begin with. So that's my suggestion.
I love that.
Stop the guilt, move on.
Yeah, and back yourself.
Yeah, back yourself. Exactly.
It's like for me, and I spoke about this on my podcast with Michelle, it's like I love myself enough that I want to give myself everything, and it's okay for me to want to feel good in what I wear.
Yeah.
And again, from identity, and I don't do this often enough, I feel like more on purpose when I dress, because I work from home as well.
Yeah.
I don't need to dress up.
Yeah.
Like as long as I brush my hair, I have a Zoom filter, no one knows and no one cares. But I actually like it when I have meetings or podcasts where I actually get up, put makeup on, put stylish clothes on rather than my trackies.
And don't you feel good? You have
so much
energy.
better.
I think that's how it started for me is my life was pretty chaotic. I had just so much happening that bit of self-care, getting dressed in the morning, it is a form of self-love.
Truly.
That I would take a moment to pause and go, okay, I want to feel good for the rest of the day, because if I put on an outfit, make an effort to brush my teeth, wash my hair, put on a little bit of lippy, that makes me feel so much better. It's the energy that I get back from that is more than what I put into it.
Yes.
And so, I had, I've had a lot of years that have been a lot of struggle.
Yes.
So it's just something that just really resonates. It's just really important.
Yeah, I love this. We're going to pivot though, and I'm going to go to this, I love to talk about the woman underneath the business.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned a few times about, the struggle and the life that you've come from.
Yeah.
So I'd love to know, you've built nearly 99.3 thousand followers on your, you probably were 100, but Instagram just took all of the bots away and thought
No, it wasn't. I think what's happening is a lot of when I see my Instagram,
yes,
not all of it is Australians. It's got appeal because it's clothes. It's got appeal in South America,
Of course.
Canada. And what happens is it builds up when it's spring and autumn and the in-between seasons, and my content is being shown to the Northern Hemisphere.
Yes.
They're like, oh, yeah. And as soon as they're in winter wear and summer, they're like, oh, this isn't resonating
Oh, and they
anymore.
unfollow.
So it literally goes up and down.
No.
But, like, I'm past all of that.
Of course.
It honestly doesn't matter.
No, but more, I think there's a perception. There's definitely a perception people have when you amount that many followers, and it does build brand equity. So I would love to know a little bit more about who the woman underneath the personal brand is, and I guess the business brand, because that department of style, and what it's sort of taken you to get to this place where you feel so landed in like your mission. And we spoke a little off camera about, like, I don't really care about the Instagram algorithm and that sort of stuff. And this almost like trust you've landed in with.
I think because I have a really rock solid base of clients now.
Yes.
The old days, and I'm in my 50s.
Yes. You don't look it.
People took out an ad in the yellow pages, and that was it. I mean, running a modern business, can I say, is, I want to say, effing hard.
Yeah, I'm actually going to touch
like you've got to wear so many hats.
Truly.
I'm a one-man band.
I love this. You need a VA. I have an agency, but that's a whole other conversation.
No, I have a VA now, and she is amazing.
Everyone needs a VA. But I want to speak to this a bit because I had 2 8-figure recruitment companies, and I started it, like in 2020 thereabouts. So it wasn't even that long ago. Yeah. But even back then, I didn't rely on social media. I didn't rely on meta ads. Yeah. I didn't rely on networking even. I just built a business a traditional way. Yeah. I started as an employee. Yeah. I built a really strong reputation. I left that company because they basically told me I couldn't take they told me I couldn't take mat leave. So then I started my own, honestly, it's a whole other podcast. So I started my own business and built 2 8-figure companies literally off my reputation. So when I started coaching 6 years ago and I had to get like an Instagram account and build a personal brand and do all of these things, I was like,
it's really hard.
The fuck is this? So hard.
Yeah. I did not even have my own personal Instagram account. I nearly did not start my business because I was terrified. Yeah. I'm not tech. Because people look at my account and go, oh, yeah, you must be like a gun. I'm like, well, I started at ground zero and I worked really hard. It was so hard. I mean, 6 months in, I nearly gave up.
Yeah, wow.
I nearly thought maybe I'll just go back to having a part-time job. My sister and my husband were 100% like just pushing me going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I used to think, I'm posting for my own entertainment here, people. But eventually I got traction and I went against the grain. It was at a time when reels were really big. I'm of a generation, don't take selfies. I had not even taken a selfie before I started my Instagram account, and they're going reels, and I'm thinking, oh, no, I can't do this. I am just going to work really, really hard at what I'm noticing is working for me.
Yes.
And that was doing these little style book images where instead of me owning the clothes and wearing them, I would just go, okay, take a piece and show someone how to wear it 4 different ways.
Nice.
And that just got traction, and I just ran with that.
I love that. I almost love you just did it your way, but you made it work, and clearly it's worked.
I couldn't be in front of and behind the camera. My husband has motor neuron disease and he couldn't hold a camera to help me. And I just thought, I'm going to have to be really inventive here. And I was doing like lots of carousels, lots of and I was just really passionate about what I wrote about it. And it also resonated with people that, if you own a piece, you want to be able to style it a few different ways.
Truly.
Most of us don't have these huge wardrobes. So you want to be able to showcase how you can take a piece and wear it a variety of different ways.
Yes, I love that. What has it really shown you? You know, I picked up on a few pieces there, like this resilience to keep going. And you know, you said you wanted to give up at 6 months. Most people do actually give up at 6 months.
Yeah.
It's something like, and I've said this stat so many times on this podcast, but I think everyone needs to know that it's like less than 7% of women ever hit 100K in their business, and then less than 2% ever hit 7 figures. And in my view, and this is why I created this podcast, it's because when things get tough or you need to learn a new skill, we just give up.
Yeah.
I get why. We're holding a lot. We're mothers, we're partners, you know, supporting your husband. So I understand the why, but I do believe if there was a little more hope, in that if you just keep moving in the direction of your purpose and your dreams, it'll figure itself out.
That is so true. I mean, we talked about you talked about you had a spiritual awakening.
Yes.
I've also very much gone down the spiritual path as well. And it's funny because I keep crossing people who also have gone, there's definitely a very spiritual element to their business. Michelle's another classic one.
Yes.
I knew that I had the skills. I basically I would do a walking meditation every morning.
Nice.
And I would say to my guides, I really feel that this is what I'm here to do, to help people.
Yes.
And I really need your help. You're going to have to help me here. Like, I need some miracles, quite frankly.
Yes.
But so I would do a walking meditation every day, and I just really thought, I don't want to give this up. If it's not now, then when? At 40, I thought about starting this business. I didn't do it. I thought I was too old.
Yes.
A decade later, I'm like, oh, I'm 10 years older now. When's ever going to be the right time? If it's not now,
truly,
then never. And honestly, if I can do it, there is hope for
everyone.
So it's just, I just was really gritty about it. There's no other way around it.
You kind of have to be. And I love that you'd like tapped into your higher purpose and were like, I know this is the path and I need you to help me.
Yeah. Both my sister and my husband were also really reassuring. Like, my sister said to me, you have a gift. You are amazing at listening to people and helping them putting outfits together. She said it would be a crying shame for you not to share that gift. And so I was like gritty about it.
Nice. I love that. This part about, you know, your husband and your sister, you need people in your corner that are going to back you.
Yeah.
It's why people get coaches and mentors. If you don't have that cheer squad, sometimes you can't see yourself and you need someone to be like, no, cut the BS.
Yeah.
I know you have the skills to do this. You just need to get through the uncomfortable, like messy part and keep going.
Yeah.
You know, if someone's listening, and I also love that you're full steam ahead in your 50s to do this. If there's someone listening, maybe they're in their 40s, in their 50s, maybe that, you know, they want to quit their corporate career and jump into starting a business and back themselves, what words of wisdom do you have for that lady?
I would say, don't quit your business. Don't quit what's bringing in your income straight away, because that's going to put a lot of financial pressure on most people, I'm going to say. Build up your hobby underneath.
Yes.
And turn it into a business. Like, I also had to I reverse engineered, okay, how much money do I need to bring in before I can quit my regular work?
Yes.
And when I hit a certain mark, I was like, okay, I'm consistently bringing in the amount of money that I need to leave my other work. So I feel like you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Quick pause. Are these conversations resonating with you? Do you finally feel seen in your business journey? This is the entire mission of Unmasked Founders. To strip back the highlight reel and tell the raw truth about multi, 6 and 7-figure success. We're here for the emotional costs, the days you want to quit, and the breakthroughs that follow. And we can bring you these essential conversations thanks to the support of our incredible partners, Cacao Collective and the OE Agency. These are the businesses who empower founders to keep going, providing the systems and the professional polish you need when you're busy navigating the emotional storm. If you love what you're hearing, don't miss an episode. Hit that subscribe button right now and check out Cacao Collective and the OE Agency in the show notes. Now, let's get back to it.
The general rule is 3 months of expenses, but it can take 6 to 12 months to build the proper business foundation.
Yeah.
So it depends on the type of person you are. To me, it depends on how balanced you want to do it. You know, if you're working a full-time job and then you've got to work, let's say, 20 hours a week to scale a business on top of that, that's like that's a lot.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot. And everyone's going to be different. We come
truly
from different backgrounds going into different businesses.
Truly. So, yeah, I agree. I say to people say to me, Leslie, can you help me start a business from scratch? And I'm like, do you have the time and do you have the resources?
Yeah.
Because
it does cost money to start.
It costs money to start.
It 100% does.
You need to have some, like, in my view, you need enough money to pay for a coach so you're not guessing it the whole way through, and you need to be able to cover your expenses for at least the first 6 months so you're not building from lack or this, like, collapse because you're afraid that you're not going to be able to pay your bills. So I agree with that wholeheartedly. What have you had to, like, give up, like, identities, thought processes, you know, like who have you had to become to sort of hold this vision? Because you wanted to give up at 6 months and now you're like in it and you're scaling and you have these solid clients. So what had to shift inside of you to make that happen?
I had to learn how to do tech things. I'm not tech at all, which everyone's really surprised about. But I basically had to force myself, and, like, I didn't have family members that were willing to like just lend a hand. So it was just grit, trial and error, asking lots of questions, going and doing courses. Like, I went and did a WA small business course for all the basics, and just basically refused to give up.
I love this because I think, you know, for me and even in myself, and I witness it's like we think that something feels impossible because we're actually not educated enough in how to make it work.
Yeah.
I'm very similar with paid ads and I'm still in the learning process. I will figure it out at some point because my biggest challenge in my business has been leads in a paid sense.
Yeah.
And because I don't understand it, I'm not willing to give up until I do, but it feels really stretchy for me.
The good thing is if you are the one doing it and teaching yourself and you understand it from the base, once you get it, you've got it.
Truly.
If you outsource everything, you're then reliant on those people. So I've only been in more, it's probably the last 2 years I've had a virtual assistant who is magic.
Yes.
And she, like, does all the formatting of my newsletter, does all the updates on my website. She's just an all-round amazing person. But I have a good grasp of all the basics.
Yes. And I also believe you can't manage you shouldn't outsource what you don't understand it because you can't manage it effectively.
Yeah.
How do you know what's working and what's not besides someone telling you? And it's your business. You need to understand that with your numbers and with paid ads and all the things.
Yeah.
What's a mask you found yourself wearing? Like, is there any identities that you sort of realized were like not serving you, and that you know, in this stepping maybe into more spirituality and self-awareness as you grow, was there like a part of you that you identified that perhaps you'd grown out of as you evolved in your business?
So originally I thought I had to be this super polished person. I never, ever, ever spoke about anything happening in my private life. I did have some good reasons. I was there to fill someone else's cup. People often land in my lap. They're at the end of their tether. They're mums who are returning back to work. They need their cups filled. Me talking about what's happening in my life is not necessarily filling their cup. I was very, very conscious that I wanted to be there for the person listening. But one day I'd been working with a nurse that was palliative care nurse. And, you know, palliative care is a subject that is close to my heart because of what's happening with my husband. And it was our third session together, and she said something to me, and I realised it wouldn't be authentic if I didn't tell her, oh, actually, I've been a carer and my husband has motor neuron disease, because she totally got it.
Got it, yes.
So I was willing to share a bit of myself. So I've been very, I have been very polished, and I now realise, and Instagram has evolved more, that people want to see more authenticity. They want to know who is behind the face, the story behind the person that they see. Also, so many people are telling me how intimidated they were to work at the thought of working with me. And I was like, I'm the most down-to-earth person.
Yes.
I'm a mum of 3. I've been a carer for 10 years. Like, I'm so practical, but they had this perception that I was this stylish person that was going to make judgment on what they were wearing.
Yes.
And so I had to go, well, that's actually not who I am. And that was a really big, growth for me, that I had to show some more who I am and turn up. Also talking, like, I'm quite shy. I sometimes say I'm an introvert doing an extrovert's job. So showing up on social media, like photos of me talking. I started doing little car chats. I would just chat about who I was going to see and what I was going to do for the day, just because that was the only way people heard my voice.
And building that connection.
And building connection, because I also realised I valued that when I was looking at other accounts, and I thought, well, actually, that is something I need to do, even though I'm shy and I don't necessarily like the sound of my own voice, and I'm critical of my own images, but it was just so necessary.
I love that. And what you're speaking to is like the evolution of you through your business. And I say to people all the time, if you want to grow, start a business or get in a conscious relationship, because it's going to reflect back to you the places and spaces that you need to evolve.
Yeah.
And you just spoke to, like, well, I'm an introvert and I'm shy, but I have an awareness that people actually want to feel more of me.
Yeah.
And rather than, do a video or a reel, you've gone, okay, I'm just going to do some car chats and this is how people can have access to me.
Informal.
Yes.
I'm not good at setting up cameras and lights, and over the years I've met some really great photographers and joined like a photography group. And it was so cute because, like, really natural lighting, because when you sit in your car, you've got natural lighting coming at the front and the side. So it's very flattering on a more mature skin. And so I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to give it a go. I'm just going to tell everyone what I'm wearing. It's just the top half of me.
Yes.
And who I'm off to see today and what I'm doing, or observations that I've noticed, or problems that I'm seeing that clients that keep coming to me with similar things that they're concerned about. And I'll just address that in my little car chats, as I like to call them.
I love it. I love that. Oh, where to from here? I have so many questions I want to ask you. And you spoke about like the walking meditations. So you've already given us a little insight into some mindset stuff that you've done to help you like move through this evolution into your becoming. But was there any other ways in which you like reinforced your belief in the moments where you felt like giving up? And I kind of just want to highlight as well the load of everything you hold, because you're holding a business, you're holding mum, and you're holding wife and also carer. There's like a lot of responsibility. And I touched on this just before when we spoke about the percentages of women that succeed in business. But how do you keep yourself like grounded and focused on, well, maybe I have some tough moments, or maybe I get exhausted because I'm carrying a lot.
Yeah.
How do you ground back to your purpose and your business and showing up for yourself in that way?
I'm a big walker, so exercise for me, even though I'm walking a lot, shopping centres and at work, there's nothing like just being out in nature and walking. That just really centres me and grounds me. I guess the messages I get from clients are just so touching and heartwarming, and that just kind of keeps me going. Like, the business is evolving. I've got lots of new ideas that I want to do. just things that clients have said to me, problems that have existed for them that we're going to try and address and try and give more people access to like things that I know. So
yes.
Yeah, so that's probably the way forward at this point.
And sort of, so you're saying like just focus on the purpose and who you're here to serve.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time, your mission needs to be stronger than your bullshit. So in the days that you feel like giving up, you can anchor to, well, I have a purpose. I have a community to serve and I'm just going to find a way through. So I love that you put that into practice. And walking as well, actually, I don't know if the right word scientifically, but energetically you move energy. So if you feel stagnant or if you feel stuck, it's proven that if you can move, so get up and walk, you actually start to move that energy through your body and you can find more clarity and direction again. Yeah, it's true.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I'm glad that you said that. That really makes so much sense because like I feel like if I'm feeling stuck, go for a walk, or if I'm like I've got some ideas that I'm trying to put in writing.
Yes.
I'll go for a walk and it'll all kind of come together.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah.
Nice. I love that. What are some tips that you have? You know, if there's someone listening and they're like, oh, I could never afford her services, or I don't even know where to start when it comes to my wardrobe. And I really want to touch on this identity piece because I am a big believer that there's ways you can elevate how you feel and how you look with some smaller pieces, or maybe you invest in like one item that's expensive but you use that to elevate your look. So do you have any like tips for women that are like, yes, you know, I want to get it. We spoke about this off camera. It's like maybe mums that are transitioning, you know, coming back to the workforce or starting a business after having a baby, and there's actually been a whole identity loss and now they have to rebuild an identity. What would you say to those women that are listening that you can just give them some tips of somewhere to start?
Okay, a totally free thing to do is clear out your wardrobe because it is so much easier to put outfits together and to work out what's missing if you remove what doesn't resonate with you anymore, what's tired, stained, ripped. I do about 30% of clients do a wardrobe makeover before they do their first shop, and then clients who do a first shop will often then ask me to go back to their wardrobe. Start in your wardrobe, work out, and there's so many free resources out there. You don't have to. You can. It's investing your time, not necessarily your money. And the best wardrobes I see are not people who throw money at the problem. They've got a really clear sense of who they are and how they want to show up. So if you clear out from your wardrobe, again, it's an energetic thing as well. If you release things, you then allow an opportunity for new energy and new things to come into your life. But you have to release things first.
Truly.
So get a trusted friend. If you're not a person if you're a person that likes to hoard, or you know you're not good at throwing things out, get a sister or a friend to help you. Or maybe do each other's.
Yes.
And help each other out. You know, this is a no spend, and yet you'll find treasures that you've forgotten.
Yes.
You'll be clearer about where you want to head. If something no longer feels like who you are, remove it. Donate it.
Depop it.
Just start with that. And then that in itself will make getting dressed easier. You'll actually feel lighter. You'll be curating pieces that represent who you are now, and that will help you then on the journey for purchasing new pieces going forward.
I love that. Do you have any tips for op shopping? We spoke about I
love secondhand.
Yeah, because we spoke about Depop.
I can't do a whole new wardrobe for someone all secondhand.
No.
I'm happy to say, look, go and look for pieces.
Yes.
I mean, I do a newsletter at the start of every season of what's coming in. I think it's good to have an awareness of trends.
Yes.
You should not be slaves to them.
No.
But having an awareness is really helpful. So one of the trends coming up for this year, and we're lucky because the Northern Hemisphere kind of like will we'll say what the general trends are.
Yes.
Australia has its own flavour, definitely, which I love. But one of the trends was like silk scarves. And in my newsletter I said, don't go buying a new one unless you really feel you have to. I said, raid Nana's wardrobe.
Yes.
Look for them on op shops. Buy them secondhand. Look for colours and styles that resonate. Because a silk scarf is quite an expensive item if you're purchasing it from new. That was the piece I felt like if you want to dip your toe in this trend, this is a great opportunity to purchase secondhand.
Yes.
Same with brooches, like adding a brooch to an outfit. Brooches are really huge at the moment.
Yes.
Now, it's not going to resonate with everyone's personal style. Again, I said to people, don't buy new. It is so much more interesting to have a piece that has a story behind it.
Yes.
If you buy all new, it's kind of like, oh yeah, your hot outfits from Witchery. There's no story.
Truly.
If you've got an amazing scarf that you raided Nana's wardrobe for, or you found at an op shop, and you know your fabrics, you know that it's silk.
Yes.
You tied it to your bag, you put it in your hair. You had some fun with it.
I low-key love that
silk. Your outfits to be, you want them to have some soul.
Yeah, I love that. It's like put the personality in, don't just follow the script of fashion.
Because personal style is personal. It's really important to add pieces with soul.
Yeah, I love that. I have a lot of silk scarves actually, so I'm glad that I kept them and I can start wearing them again.
So I'll actually make a comment on if I think the trend is something that is here to stay. Is it something that I think that people should invest a lot of money in? I mean, everyone's going to be different. This is just my personal opinion. But sometimes it's good to have a starting point and to have a point of view.
Yeah, nice. I love that. I've loved this conversation. I feel like it's very wholesome almost in like this identity and for me it's like women in business and this dual lens we can hold in that you've had such an incredible story where you've cared for so many people besides yourself, and then, you know, at 50 you were like, well, now it's my turn and I'm going to really give this a go, and now you have this big brand. And then also how what you do actually helps women claim that identity for themselves.
Yeah.
And I think so many women are stuck in an identity of it's possible for her but not for me.
Oh, so not true. Actually, as I said earlier, one of my most successful posts this year was I just revealed a whole heap of vulnerabilities about myself.
Yes.
Like I said, I got called pizza face in high school because I had really bad acne. So I get it. Like I'm just so human.
Yes.
I've come from a background where I didn't have any social media understanding. I had to learn those skills. I literally said, if I can do it, you 100% can do it. Because I just had no background in any of this, but I did have a real passion for what I wanted to do. So if you have the passion, that will carry you forward. I also did mention that my husband and my sister were in my corner encouraging me. They didn't have any social media computer skills either.
They couldn't help you, but they were encouraging you.
In a really practical sense, but they were very encouraging in an emotional sense. So.
Yeah, and I touched on this before, but I think that's crucial. So, you know, if you're listening, and I say this often, if your partner and your family, you know, aren't supportive.
That makes it very hard.
Very
I
hard.
can't imagine. I couldn't have done it without them.
No, and I think it's like understanding what support you need, because sometimes you need cheerleaders, and sometimes, you know, our partner's coming from a good place where they care for us and they don't want to see us fail. But I also say don't take on someone else's belief system, because
I have an amazing VA who does the practical technical stuff. She's also an amazing cheerleader.
Yes.
Like she's both. But sometimes
you need people.
Sometimes you just need that practical help of like that tech help where she just goes, oh, yeah, I've got that for you.
It's so interesting because I have a VA agency as well as coaching, and we put a settlement agent administrator into with a conveyancing law firm actually, and she was a solopreneur, just launched her company, and she was like, do you know what I love the most is that when I have systems issues or tech issues, or, you know, I have someone that will do it for me and also tells me that everything's going to be okay. So rather than her spiraling and thinking, I don't know how I'm going to get it done, one of the biggest advantages for her was, well, I've got team now. I'm not in this alone. I have someone that I can bounce off.
That is so true. Outsourcing. I'm not analytical. I have an accountant that does. And like people would tell me, oh, it's so easy to do your own BAS. It's so easy to do your own zero. Not for this girl.
No.
I would rather spend the time creatively.
Yes.
And just go, it's all being done. So know your limitations is probably also a good thing. And my limitation is anything analytical.
Yeah.
I'm a creative soul and I'm just going to own that.
And that's okay. That's why outsourcing companies exist. It's why, for me, it's like you're creating employment. So you're going to stay in your zone of genius and you're aware of your limitations and you're just going to get support to help you in everything else that you need help with. So
Agreed.
I love that you have that awareness and I think it's crucial. And I also love that it's only been 2 years, but I also see this pattern of not asking for help and almost like a martyrdom of, well, I'm going to figure it out by myself, but then it's like death by stubbornness almost because you are creative. You don't love the tech stuff, you know.
No, when I had to do all the accounting in a zero, I was like, I don't like doing my business anymore.
Truly.
I just didn't enjoy that. It hung over me. And as soon as I outsourced that, I thought, I don't have to think about that. I can think about the creative things that bring me joy, that provide my income.
Yes, I love that.
And that was just such a bit, so much a better decision for me.
Stay in your zone of genius. You need to understand it. I'll always say you need to understand it, but if you don't love it, don't do it. Find someone else, get a VA, get a bookkeeper, find someone to do the technical or the repetitive stuff that makes you not want to be in your business because you can outsource it from like $15 an hour. Why would you keep doing something that you hate? And most people are worth more than that an hour if they're in their zone of genius anyway. Yeah. So it's just about having that awareness and knowing that it's okay to ask for help and actually it's going to help your business grow and thrive and continue to scale. For anyone listening that's like curious about your journey and how you support people, what do you want to like leave them with in like a message from not just like Belle the stylist, but like the woman underneath the business? What do you want to leave people with as like your advice for those that might be in an identity crisis right now?
I think a lot of it is you've evolved and your wardrobe hasn't evolved with you. So sometimes there's a catch up between what's coming, which is what's going on in your head and what you're showing on the outside. There's like this misalignment because we evolve and you just go, okay. And you said it earlier, how you realised you just needed to wear natural fibres. Like you were aware of that and then you had to go, okay, now I need to let go of all of the plasticky fabrics.
And, I literally, and sorry, just for anyone I literally threw out everything in my wardrobe, so I had no choice but to buy new.
Okay.
And it was at a time when I wasn't making consistent income and I just slowly repurchased and re-got it all. I was like, well, this is a choice that I'm making.
Yeah. So some people have that internal fight going on for a long time. Sometimes it can go on for many years.
Yes.
Even. So it's giving yourself permission to step into the person that you're becoming because we're human beings. We're not meant to be stagnant. We are supposed to grow and evolve, and our wardrobes and our self-expression are part of all of that.
Truly. I love that. Maybe, women in their 40s and 50s that are like, it's too late to start a business or I should, go back maybe. Maybe they want to give up. What would you say to that woman that is having a bit of self-doubt in this moment?
50 is fantastic. I'll tell you, there has been such a change in – so Vogue for the first time had an older – I think it was last month – had an older woman on the cover. Basically, age has been really embraced.
Yes.
I always say to my girls, okay, because they'll be telling me, okay, I've got this tummy, and I'm like, it's like I said, tummies come from like bearing children. Women are meant to be soft and curvy, and if we have wrinkles, that's a privilege that not everyone gets to have. Aging is a privilege, not a right. And I said, so let's wear these things proudly. Like we're not trying to be dressed as someone younger. We're trying to dress the best version of someone who has gathered wisdom over the years. So a lot of it is like, you don't have to slavishly follow trends. it's just really about stepping into who you are and
Truly.
owning your wisdom, owning your wrinkles, owning your soft tummy, your femininity,
I love
how you want to show up.
I love what you said before about, like, it's in the name. Personal style is literally personal. So stop trying to, like, be the latest fashion model and actually bring yourself back into the center of the choices that you're making. And I think that's crucial. It's like, cool, we could follow trends, but maybe scarves don't look good on me, or, you know, like turtlenecks were in fashion. And I giggled at the beginning because I've got big boobs.
Yeah, no.
And people were like, well, turtlenecks are in fashion. And I'm like, I honestly look, it's so.
This is good. You have an awareness.
I haven't, I'm like, I look like I'm trying to hide something and I'm not. It just looks weird.
It's because it's increasing volume.
Yes.
So like a V-neck.
Always.
I laugh and say to the girls, divide and conquer.
Always. I have to always.
Yeah, so you develop that awareness. But sometimes some people have just it's never been pointed out to them.
And do you know what? For ages I used to actually, because I have big boobs and I didn't want people to think I was trying to show my cleavage. So for ages I'd wear really high neck things and I didn't love it. And then I literally had this awareness one day that I actually
think more volume.
Yeah, I actually think it brings more attention to it because it also, to me, it's like it feels like I'm trying to hide something.
Yeah.
So then, but then when I wear V-necks or like flowing shirts, it's like it just sits better. It feels better. It looks better. But there was a period where I fell into, I think I probably didn't have enough self-identity. And I was like, well.
It just takes time. And that's also part of our wisdom of 40s and 50s.
Yes.
We'll go, that trend is not for us. That will never sit my body type.
Truly.
And like, you know, I have a really big problem at the moment. Like we've seen lots of brown colours, beige colours, which is great for some people.
Yes.
But not for others. And the thing is, so we will have it out there. That's all on offer. And so I'll see clients who have, like there was right back at the beginning of starting my business, I was throwing out lots of puffy sleeve things because they just make people look broad-shouldered.
Truly.
It made them it just overwhelmed them. Then it's like the beige trend, the right beige on the right person looks absolutely fantastic. The wrong beige on someone can just completely wash them out. But we'll see colours that are trendy colours and we'll see almost nothing else. If you happen not to be a person that suits those colours, you're going to struggle.
Yes.
So it's just knowing what works for you and embracing the trends that work for you and letting go of the ones that don't.
Truly. Not me low-key messaging you after to check whether I'm okay to wear beige. But
no, you are. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I was a little nervous. Today I was like, oh God, what am I going to wear? I have a fashion stylist coming. But I went with comfort as well as style. I'm very much I won't self-abandon for a purpose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I had a thread there that I wanted to touch on, but you got me all caught up in my head. I'm like, shit, I'm wearing beige.
No, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Camel. You've got a camel.
I've got a camel. Oh, it's gone. What do you want to leave women with? How do they find you? How do they start working with you? What's like the first step in the journey of identity through fashion, basically?
I'm going to say find some images because I'll have clients who say to me, I don't have a personal style.
Yes.
And I said, everyone has personal style. I said, the starting point is send me a little board of Pinterest images that resonate with you. That will be an indication what you admire on others. Now, I'll help them maybe interpret that to what would work on their figure.
Yes.
Or the colourings.
Yes.
But I'll get a sense of where they're headed.
Yes.
Because there'll be a commonality between the outfits of what they're showing me. It might be a comfort thing. It might be certain colours. There'll be a commonality.
Yes.
And that's our starting point. So I'm going to say put together a Pinterest board, reverse engineer an outfit. If you admire something on someone, work out, okay, how did they put it together? What pieces did they use?
I love this. And I remember what I was going to say is that I think doing a styling session gives you so much benefit because I know that I need open. So when I'm looking at models, you know, maybe it is a brand that I love and I see it and it's a high neckline, I'm like, well, I know I can't buy that. So I'm not just going to mindlessly follow fashion. Yeah. Similar with puff sleeves, that's what triggered it for me. They're in fashion. I've got broad shoulders.
Yeah, so it's just going to add
It's
to
just
that.
a no for me.
No.
It just makes me feel really
It's
top
no.
heavy and big.
And also these really, another fashion trend that I've really struggled is really big, boxy, oversized blazers.
Yes.
That have got no shaping of the female. Luckily, that trend is slowly being phased
I never
out.
followed it.
It's
You'll be pleased to know.
relaxed. The style is now relaxed, but with some shaping through the waist, so that for the bigger girls, that previous style just made them look bigger. For the tiny girls, it just completely overwhelmed their frame. The number of expensive blazers that are really, really long, especially on petite girls, that I've gone, this isn't doing you any favours. And they've gone, but it's, I know why they've purchased it is because it's fashionable, but it's about, you know, understanding your own proportions, understanding your own personal taste.
Yes.
Having an idea of who you want to step into.
Yes.
So it just comes down to like just pausing for a moment and going, how do I want to show up?
Yeah, I love that. This has been great. It's been really self-confirming. Thank you. But also, so Instagram, is that the best place to find you? Because I'd love more women
so Instagram, and through Instagram you can connect to my website.
And you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. You have offers and programs, budget friendly. You've got availability. Yes. And for me, from an identity piece, because my audience is women in business, like if you feel stagnancy in your personal brand because you don't feel like showing up because you don't feel great, book in a session. Yeah. And for me, the transition's actually been finding pieces because I'm all about comfort. So I found like stretchy bamboo. So if I don't feel like being in fashion, I can still find pieces that move with my body, that make me feel like I'm a bit more relaxed, but I'm in the identity of like, cool, I'm wearing like my expensive silk shirt and my bamboo pants and I feel better than I do if I'm in my trackies. Yeah. So, I just really wanted to get that across because I think there's such a perception, especially when you have clients like Michelle who dropped $10,000 on a shopping spree, that you have to have all this money to invest in yourself in this way.
No, I have lots of clients who this might be a one-off gift for a 30th or a 40th present, or it will be a mum returning to work after maybe having 5 years of being not working.
I love that.
There's all sorts of reasons, and it's just to also have, like, it's a bit like it's a self-knowledge investment as well. Like I'll give you a framework, like your personal colours don't change as you age. They remain your colours for the rest of your life. Like you can break the rules with it, of course, but to have a roadmap is really helpful.
Yes.
It's a good start because, you know, you might have an item that you keep putting on and off, not sure what it is about it that you don't like. You love it on the hanger, but you don't love it on yourself.
Yes.
So it's just trying to have more purchases that are not, like last-minute decisions, under pressure, just having just a really good understanding of what works on you and why.
And I'm going to add to that because what I found is once I found some styles that I loved and I worked, online shopping becomes so much easier.
Does. That is so true.
Because I can be like, no, that style's a no, this style's a yes. And then I do take risks sometimes. Yeah. Mainly for me, it's sizing. I'm like, is this size going to fit? But now I have like more of an understanding. I am going to book a session actually. But it's like once you know some core basics, it becomes a lot easier.
It's the framework for them to then go and blossom on their own.
Yes.
I mean, some people are time poor. So a lot of professional people that are time poor, a lot of women in business, they'll go, you're so familiar with everything that's out there. You're familiar with my body, my likes, my dislikes.
Yes.
It's just, I just want to get the job done.
And you can do it for, yes.
Yeah, they just want me to
So you're like full service. You're like,
I do everything.
Yeah, you're like, if you need a budget and an overview, we go here. And if you need to like Michelle does, if you need to outsource your shopping, I can do that for you as well.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I wanted to touch on that awareness, because I think there can be a perception, especially if you're coming from big accounts, that, you know, you're a personal shopper to the rich or the Personalities.
Yeah.
And you have availability for every layer of that spectrum.
Totally. Yes. Everyone has different needs.
Yes.
So it's absolutely fine where you're at in your journey.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
It's been so great chatting to you.
Lovely to chat to you too.
I know. And yeah, I'll drop you in the show notes. I'll drop all your details so people can find you. Guys, reach out, book a styling session. I'll update you all on our styling session, because I'm going to book one, and we'll go from there.
Sounds great.
That
was easy.
Yes.
That was fun.
An hour went by so quick.
Thank you for listening to Unmasked Founders with me, Leslie Kay. Follow Leslie Kay on social media for more insights, and we'll see you in the next episode. You can find me at Leslie with a Z, Kaye. Check the show notes for how to spell my name. Remember, true success is built from the inside out.